why we are here today. We'll just be exploring what brought us here today. Oh, sorry, I think I'm having some other persons joining. So let me just admit them. We'll be having more persons joining us. So, but the core thing, let's just move straight ahead to why we are here today, which is individual tax filing process, and why it's very important for us to file. I believe a lot of us we are seeing all the circulars going around and the new tax law that they mandate everyone. And funny enough, this has been in existence for long, just that it's now we wake up to the call that we need to file for our annual return for personal income tax. So here with us today is a very distinguished senior chartered accountant and also a proud alumnus of the prestigious Lagos Business School. No other person than Mr. Dayo Alaje is here to bring his parallel expertise to both personal income tax and the strategy that he has worked with organization for years. He worked with UBA Group or head office for over 10 years, going to 10 years plus in finance and tax management division. We know UBA, which is one of Nigeria's most sophisticated financial institutions, and he has also navigated the complexity of this tax legislation and also FRIS compliance and also strategic tax planning at the highest corporate level. And currently is the head of finance and accounting at Superflux International Limited. He's currently overseeing the financial operation and tax compliance for a leading commercial organization, also in the manufacturing company, who is also involved in translating this regulatory complexity into actionable clarity. Is armed with a professional accounting credit from the Lagos State University and also battle-tested experience managing tax portfolio worth millions. He understands both the letter of the law and also the practical reality of Nigeria taxpayer, what they faces. So with a virtual applaud, we make welcoming no other person than Mr. Dayo Alaje, who will be taking us through the step-by-step guide on how we can actually file personal income tax. It's not news anymore that filing of tax is compulsory. We must, as individual, file for ourselves and also for our business. With a virtual applause, if I'm not seeing, I think we have close to more than six persons on this call, while others are joining. We are supposed to be close to 60, 70 plus persons on this call. We understand how Saturday can be so busy and some persons might have even forgotten. We've sent a prompt around and they will begin to join us. So I want everybody on this call to give a virtual applause. Use your virtual applause there as we make welcome our facilitator and speaker for today. No other. We've seen his profile, how he has been able to help organizations like UBA and also Superflux, who are big commercial firm and also financial institution. And we've seen the wealth of experience we are going to be tapping in from today. So I want to see virtual applause. If I'm not seeing that virtual applause, we are not starting this section. If I'm not seeing that virtual applause, I think some other persons are joining us. We are not starting this section. So let me see some virtual applause. If you can use the virtual applause, let me see it. Let it start coming in. Oh, wow, amazing, Tony. Thank you, thank you. So we'll motivate our, because we are having someone with years of experience. Cumulatively, we put these years of experience together is what is going to be sharing with us in regarding the tax management, so that you don't be confused. Today you hear this from TikTok, tomorrow you hear this from Facebook, next tomorrow you hear this from Instagram. Just so much information. This is just trying to bring it to a clearer context. This is what you need to do. Thank you all for your virtual applause, your love emoji. I believe the facilitator is also seeing it and is willing and ready to share that wealth of experience with everyone here. Let me tell you, so having someone who is at LBS, who has attended executive management program of LBS, that is worth millions, to be passing that knowledge. He actually did his LBS senior management program in finance and accounting. You can understand how he has been able to demystify, has been able to go in depth to understand the nitty-gritty in finance and accounting and also taxation. So without further ado, we make welcome no other person than Mr. Dayo Alaje to bring this section to a start. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation. We're supposed to have more persons here. We send out a reminder to them and we hope to have them here. Thank you so much, sir. You can have the floor, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Paul, for this great opportunity to share the little that I know with this intelligent group of people we have in this place tonight. I appreciate every one of us who has taken time to attend this webinar, and I believe we are going to learn one or two things about this new tax reform, especially on the individual tax filing. In the past, I don't want to, at least I've been duly introduced, and I want to thank Paul once again for the well done job and the opportunity to present this to these great people on this platform. But I will be as fast as possible because we have limited time, and I will be giving time for question so that if there's anything you don't understand after this brief explanation, you can ask. I will be open to any question around tax, be it corporate, be it individual. So I will give a kind of clear understanding to it. And like Paul has rightly said, I've been able to run through these tax activities both in the banking industry, now in the manufacturing industry. So I think I should be able to answer your question any way it may come. But today we want to really focus on the new enforcement going on now. I believe as many of us that we are working in the corporate environment, they will have been following up on you that you need to do tax filing as an individual now. In fact, there is a circular, like Paul rightly said, that has been going on. They extended it to April 14. I just learned today that it's been extended to April 21 again. That is for every individuals now to file their tax with uh, Lagos State Inland Revenue Service. Meanwhile, it's not limited to only Lagos State. It's statewide, it's nationwide now. So they are doing it in Abuja, I mean Lagos, they are doing it also in Abuja and in all other states. Let me quickly run us through how it was done in the past, especially for some of us that we are working at any salary. The way it's been done in the past is that after every month, your employer deduct your pay and they go in there at the end of the month or not before the 10th of the month to go and remit your pay. And at the end of the year, they gather all these things together and they file it. All they have remitted for you from January to December, they gather the details together, the basic, the housing, the transport, all the component of your salary. They go and file it with Inland Revenue Service, and that will be all. But there was a section in the law, in the tax law, section 14 of the personal income tax law that has not been enforced, which is immediately the corporate organization file for their staff. The staff in turn need to go back and file for themselves. There has not been enforcement of that in the past, but now, because of the new tax reform, the tax man is now waking up and saying, no, we want to know the corporate people is filing, want to confirm, let every employee, let them go to the platform and go and file themselves. So this is the first time they are enforcing this. It's been in the place, but it has not been on enforcement. So now they are taking it serious because the new government we have now believe that they can get more tax from individuals. Corporate is aside now, and they believe that by coming, you can present to them more than your salary. Actually, their expectation is that they believe that many of us, we have extra source of income. It's not only salary. Oh, so you are working, you are earning salary, but you have one cryptocurrency transaction you are doing, you are making some income from there. They want all your sources of income to be declared now. And that is why they want to enforce this filing by individual. If your company has filed for you your salary, what other source of income do you have? They want to know. And they don't just want to know, they want to at least, if it's due for tax, they want you to pay adequate tax on it. So now this is on enforcement, and we know one thing about tax is that if you don't comply, there is penalty to it. There is and most of the time the penalty is always more than what you are meant to remit, because the tax man will tax you not on just your offense alone. They will also accumulate it, the interest on it, using the CBN rate, interest rate. So at the end of the day, we pay more, and we don't want to expose. The reason why we're having this, and so that you are learning, you won't be exposed to any penalty, any undue punishment due to non-filing of your tax. So that is what we are going to be running through today. I will take you through the platform and what is expected of you to do on that platform. So please, Paul, we can move on with the next slide. Hello, can we
Sorry,
go?
sorry, I
Okay,
think my screen just stopped sharing. Apologies. Let me reshare my
no
screen.
problem,
My
no
screen
problem.
just stopped
So
sharing now.
as we are waiting for the screen, I just want every
Can
one
you
of
see my
us to
screen now?
follow. No, 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 sir. Okay,
Okay, so
yes, yes. So please, I just want us to follow through and ask the necessary question. I believe, if not 100%, maybe 90% of us that are here, you are working in one organization or the other. If not, please, when the time comes, ask necessary question. I will try to tailor it to whatever we are doing, so that we won't fall victim of this new enforcement. I mean, before we say anything, April 21 will come, and we don't know what they want to do. We don't know their plan. We don't know how they want to enforce it. But one thing that is very clear is that if you fail to do this, they can, what we are trying to do is what we call self-assessment. They can also impose tax on you. And if there's any penalty, they have the access to your account to go and debit your account for any penalty that you are due to pay. So that's why it's good to do the right thing now. So next slide, please. Now, there is a platform now, especially for those of us that we are in Lagos. You are working in Lagos, you are living in Lagos. So there is a platform that all of us need to go and do this. And the website is what is being displayed on the board. That is the website. If you are with your phone, you can log into it, so that, because we are going to be going through that website, because they expect every individual and corporate to go and do their filing on this website. This is the website that you have to log into and declare your details. http etax.lrs.net.login. That's the platform they expect every individual. If you are living in Lagos State, you are working in Lagos State, you must go and file your tax on this platform. There is no any other platform aside this. So next slide, please. So what is expected of us? The first thing is, before you want to do anything on that, is that you must have what we call payer ID. You must have payer ID, or what we call tax identification number. For those of us that we are working, we are earning salary, you are meant to have what we call payer ID. If you are an individual that you are doing your business and you are not registered, you are meant to have what we call tax identification number. Tax identification number. So the first slide we are seeing here is, if you don't have this taxpayer ID, what do I do? I don't have the taxpayer ID. My employer has not told me about it before. Oh, I'm just working, getting income. I don't know anything about tax now. How do I go about it? The first step is to have your payer ID. So I will start with those of us that we don't have what we call payer ID or tax identification number. So you need to go to this platform. If you log into the platform, this is the first page you are going to see. This is the first page you are going to see. So you are going to go to create new account. It's going to show like this. You are going to create new account. As you are creating the new account, you are trying to generate what you call payer ID or tax identification number. And what is this? What are those things? Just look at this very well. I'm going to the next slide, please, because of our time. So these are the information that you need on that platform to generate the payer ID. You need your BVN or your NIN. Ready? You need your BVN or NIN. If you go to the previous slide, you can see a space where you are keying that one. You need your date of birth. You need your phone number and your email. These are the four key information they are expecting from you for you to create new payer ID or tax identification number as an individual. As an individual, these are the relevant information you need to key in onto that platform, and immediately you key in onto that, OTP will be generated and will be sent to your phone number. It is that OTP you are going to use to log into that site and key in all other information that may be required. But these are the major information you need to create new payer ID. Next slide, please. Now, let's assume you now have your payer ID or your tax identification number, or some of us may be on this platform. You have your payer ID already, you have your tax identification number already, but you have not even done any filing before. Now, what do you need to do? You need to key in your payer ID, and that is for some of us that you are working in an organization. We start with N dash, and then the other, I think, like 5 or 6 numbers, numbers we follow. So you key in your PID. One of the issues that many of us that we have that are having this PID is having presently is that we have forgotten our password. Many have done this payer ID. In fact, they have the tax ID, but they don't even know the password. In fact, some people assisted us in the past to get this. There are some companies, they have consultant. Consultant will not tell you what they have done. They just come back and say, okay, this is your payer ID. Your employer just give you your payer ID. They wouldn't tell you how they created that payer ID for you. Meanwhile, in the course of creating that payer ID, a password has been generated for us. But they won't disclose that password to us. But they have made it easier for us to have access to this platform. If you don't know, remember your password and you have your payer ID, just put in your payer ID in this payer ID space here. Ignore the password, then go to forgot password. Go to forgot password. Immediately you click on that forgot password. So something, a prompt will come up to show you that OTP has been sent to your number or to your email. To your number or to your email. So next slide, please. Now, it will ask you again to enter your BVN for the payer if you want to reset your password, but you may not need this one because you have your payer ID already. All you need to input your payer ID again. Next slide, please. Now, after you have keyed that your payer ID, this will bring, that is the pop-up at the top. If you look at it, it say verification code sent to 080. That is the registered number on that platform and your email. So OTP will be forwarded there. OTP will forwarded there. Immediately you have the OTP, just key in the OTP to update your password, and then enter your new password, confirm the password, and then you proceed. Immediately you proceed, it will take you to the platform whereby you need to go and file your tax, whereby you need to go and file your return, right, the tax return. But this is the major issue many are having right now. And I just want to tell you this, the Internal Revenue Service also, they are trying to perfect this. So many people that are going to this platform, they are having issue not receiving OTP. But that is another talk entirely. There is a way out of it, but it's going to be outside this webinar, what we are doing here. That's another thing entirely. But they have an issue. If you look at the circular that was forwarded today, that I saw today, all they are saying that they have a kind of rush, a kind of traffic on their platform, and due to that, they are unable to generate OTP directly. They can't send OTP to people. They are having that issue already. That's why they are giving the extension. But notwithstanding, if you really want to do this, you don't wait for them because it's an ongoing issue. But there's a way out in which maybe if you have time, I can tell you the way to go about it, though is outside this. But that is the process for us to go and reset our password. So next slide, please. Now, when you have access to, when you log in to the platform, which is the e-tax platform, this is the page that it will be brought. So we are now going to file our returns by ourselves. Don't wait, don't company will do it for you. So we are going to be, we now want to go and do the returns that they want us to do. So you will see this page. So when you see this, when this page comes up on that platform, you will go to my tax returns. You can see it by the left hand side. My own is left here. Maybe your own is going to be by right. So you see my tax return. When you click on that tax return, don't click on it. Yes, if you go down below it, if your company has been filing for you or they have not been filing for you, you can know through this platform. If you go below it, you can see employer filed returns. Because the employer file return, if you click on the employer file returns, you will see whether your employer has been filing for you or not, because there is history there year on year. If they have been filing for you, you will see the amount they are filing for you on your basic, on your housing, on your transport, your entire salary, and whatever they have been doing. You will see it there year on year. But if they have not been filing for you, well, maybe that's one of the reasons why LRS is or NRS is coming up with this idea, so that they can now follow. They can track down your employer that this person has filed. Why have you not filed for the person? So, but let's go to the one that concerns us that they want us to do. So if you click on that, my tax returns, that is where you are going to do your returns. And this is applicable to whether you are working or you have a business, or you have a business where your own one-man business that is not registered. So when you click on it, this prompt will come. There are 4 details that they want you to fill into this, and I want us to listen and listen very well here. This is very, very important. If you get any details wrong here, they are going to assess you themselves, and any excess tax that has not been remitted for you, you are going to pay. So it's not something you need to rush to do. You need to get the correct information ready. Some of us that are working, don't rush to go and do this. Get the details from your employer. What did they use to file for you? So that whatever you are filing can be the same with what they have done for you. If you do any, the reason why I'm saying this, there are many organizations that are managing their taxes. You don't know whether your company is managing the tax. For some of us that they are remitting for you that they are not remitting for, when we get there, we're going to be talking about that. But please and please don't run to go and put any figure here. There is tax calculator on this website. As you are keying in the figure, the calculator is calculating the tax due from you, the tax that is due to be paid. After it has been calculated, they are going to go ahead to compare that with what your company remitted for you. And if whatever you key in here is not company related, maybe it's we are going to get there, I will let you know the implication. But if you look at these 4 details now, we are going to be looking at the view details, asset, relief, support staff. They need information in all these 4 categories. So next slide, please. Now, these are the 4 categories that have been broken down here. The first place is view details. That is category 1. They want you to input some data into that category. What do they need? They need details of your income and accommodation. Details of your income and accommodation. Now, under the accommodation, the first thing they need from you is either your salary or your trade income. There is a space for salary there. So they want you to key in your annual salary. The salary is not monthly salary. It's 1 year salary, annual salary. So you are going to key in your salary there, or your trade. After the salary, another space there is for trade income. If you are having any trade you are doing and you are making profit there, they want to know what is the profit. That means outside your salary. The next thing is a pension. Are you collecting pension? Are you, maybe there are some people that are retired from their place of work before and they are still working on their own, or they are still inside. They want you to disclose that pension that you are receiving. Gratuities. If you are already collecting your gratuities, they want you to input the figure there. So there is a space for all these. Immediately you, when you are on that platform, you see all those space there. Dividend. If you are receiving dividend from you bought shares and you are receiving dividend, you need to key the, I don't actually know why they are putting dividend there, but dividend is directly, there is a direct tax. I mean, withholding tax has been charged on dividend already by any, before they pay you that dividend, they have already charged withholding tax. So there's a direct tax on that dividend, but they say disclose it. Let's know how much dividend you are collecting. So if you are collecting rent also as income, they want to, maybe you are a landlord, you have 5-bedroom flat somewhere, 6-bedroom flat somewhere. How much rent are you collecting? They want you to input it. So these are the categories of the income, the breakdown of what they want you to put on that your income. Now, immediately you input this, you go to next. The next thing you see is details of your accommodation. They want to know the details of your accommodation. Are you living in 3-bedroom flat? So they want, number one, house address. Where you are living now, they want your house address. You know, they have the house address put in there. They need the accommodation type, and that what they're expecting in that column is that, are you living in 2-bedroom flat, a room self-contained, whatever the nature, you need to put in into that one. Ownership type, they want to know, there are categories there. Are you a tenant? Are you a landlord? And they put others. So you need to put the one that it is your, are you a tenant, the owner? So now they are asking rent paid. Rent paid. Now I want to really say something about this, because when it comes to figure, you need to be very, very conscious. Rent paid. There is one thing about this new tax reform. In the past, there is something called consolidated relief allowance. They have removed that consolidated relief allowance. Now they have put another thing, relief allowance, which is on tax. Sorry, which is on rent. So be careful of the amount of rent you are going to put here. 20% of your rent is meant to be a relief for you in this new tax reform. So if you don't put any rent, you will not gain that relief. If you put any rent below 2 million, if you put 1 million naira, what you are going to get as relief is 20% of that 1 million naira. If you 1.5, 20% of that. So if you now say, so, but they put a cap there, you cannot enjoy relief more than 500,000 naira. So if you are having a rent of 5 million naira, they are going to cap it to 500,000 naira. But note, it's 20% of your rent being capped to 500,000 naira. So you can't enjoy more than 500,000 naira as a relief. So whatever rent you put here that you paid will be used against you as relief, or in your favor, anyhow you will look at it. So you are going to put the amount of rent you are paying. Oh, somebody will be asking me, oh, I'm the landlord of my house. That means you are not entitled to enjoy the relief. Just put landlord there, and you know that that relief that we used to be used to reduce your tax, you won't enjoy it. Now they want to name the name of your landlord. I don't want to dwell much on this. I don't know why. Maybe they want to follow up on your landlord to pay tax, but you have to input the name of your landlord on that place, and the period of rent. Now we need to be careful. This period of rent, they have done their own calendar to be from January to December. So if I thought you are paying rent from May to May, no, they don't want to know that. So you have to put January of that year to the December of that year. If you put any other date, the system will not take it from you. It will bounce back. Category 2. The after you have filled this one, you go to the next one. It takes you to category 2, which is about assets. They want you to declare your assets. Do you have a car? Do you have any form of anything we call assets? You have a house or any other asset, they want you to tell them about that. So you need to fill in all those details. Category 3, relief. Relief. This is another area that you need to be very, very careful about. If you are working in an organization, they want you to, or you're an individual, there are some what we call relief. that will be used to reduce your tax. There are some statutory deduction that's been made on your salary, or you are paying. It may not be even through your work, that can be used, that the tax recognize as a reduction in your tax, to serve as a reduction in your tax burden. And they said, let us know them, the one you are doing. Number one on that platform is pension. If you are paying pension, they have to state the amount you are paying. And don't forget, like I said, whatever you are inputting on this platform is for 1 year, is not per month. So the pension that you are remitting, I'm talking about the employee pension now, not the one that the company is paying, which is the 8% they are deducting from your basic housing and transport. So if they are paying, you are remitting, they are remitting pension on your behalf, go and get the figure if you don't know it from your HR. So you need to put in the figure there, the per annum. So it's going to serve as relief for you. NHIS, National Health Insurance Scheme. If you are paying anything for insurance, for your health, you need to input the figure there per annum. National Housing Fund. If you have any kind of mortgage, or you are doing anything about National Housing Fund, you are remitting the 2%, you need to input the figure here. Life insurance. Oh, you have a group life insurance that you are doing on your own, any form of insurance, you need to put the figure here. All this will be used as tax relief for you. So if you are doing that, but one thing they have done here to make it look a little bit difficult for people that are inputting all this, they want to know the source of all this. So they are put in place there that you have to upload a document to show that you are really doing it. If you don't upload this document, the system will not take it as relief for you, it will reject it. So they are expecting to see your pension certificate or your pension statement. Some of us that we have not been conscious about it, you need to go to your RSA, the pension that is managing your the office that is managing your pension, ARM, Stanbic IBTC. You need to upload that statement there before this will go. National Health Insurance Scheme, they need your certificate, they need your policy number. National Housing Fund, they need something as evidence that truly you are doing it. Life insurance, they need evidence that you are doing it. So you need to upload all this. You need to upload all this. So you need to get all these things ready. And some of us, if you don't have it and you are working in an organization, please meet your HR. There is something they can provide for you to upload on this platform. Category 4, if you have a support staff, maybe you have housemaid, you have a driver, you have somebody like that, they want you to disclose this on this platform. They want you to disclose this. So these are the 4 categories of things that they're expecting us to do. This is the return they're expecting us to make in this on that platform. Next slide, please. Now, for corporate tax filing, I know there may be some people here. Okay, before we go into this, after you have submitted us this information, there will be a prompt that you say you should agree that all the information are correct. Immediately you click on it, it will tell you that your return has been done. That means you have concluded everything about the return. That's all they are expecting from you on the individual tax filing. That's what they're expecting from you. You are done with that. But let me say this, if you look at that platform very well when you log in, they're expecting you to do 3 years filing. 3 years, 2025, 2024, and 2023. So if you don't do those 3 years, you will not be able to get your tax clearance certificate. That's actually the way tax works. They don't issue tax certificate on 1 year, they issue it on 3-year basis. So if you do those 3 years, you can easily you can even generate it by yourself. So I want to encourage us, if you can take pain to do 2025, try to do that 2024 and 2023 also. Save yourself of any issue they may bring up later after April 21 that you did only 1 year. Please and please, let's try to take time to do that. It doesn't take time. You have the information ready. Just go in there. After that, you submit the file, and that is what they're expecting for you. And don't forget, this is done once in a year. Once in a year. So for corporate tax filing, this is due to be filed on or before 31st of June. For some people that have not done this, you still have time to go and put some things together. But don't let us forget, for corporate, for company, you are meant to do your financial statement. You need to go and prepare your financial statement so that you can know your profit for the year. Those are the things you need to file your financial statement, whether audited or not audited. You need to file something, but it is expected that it should be audited or not before the 1st of June. So for some of us that we are kind of you've registered your business, but because the business is not booming, you are not making so much profit, you feel like you have not started very well, but you have commenced the business. Whether you are making profit, you are making loss, you are not doing anything, you are expected to go and file. You are expected to go and do filing. And I've done the little breakdown here for some of us that we are just doing something we don't know. We just feel like I'm a company. As long as you register a company, be it one-man business, be it an enterprise, be it limited or public limited company, you are all meant to go and do filing. Your own filing is not to LRS now, it's to NRS before FRS, is to NRS at national level. Now they have done something in this new tax reform. They have broken down the businesses into category. For some of us that we are doing businesses and you don't even know where you belong, whether you are selling one thing, but you've registered as a corporate entity, they have categorized business to two. Number one is small businesses. Any business that the turnover, the income you are getting is less than or equal to 25 million, you are meant to pay 0% tax. So they are encouraging people to just at least to grow their business. So you are not meant to pay tax, but that you are not meant to pay tax does not mean that you won't go and do filing. You must go and file and show your turnover and the profits you are making so that they can know, or the loss you are making. The second category is medium or large business. If your business is above 25 million, meanwhile they say starting from 50 million, your own tax is company income tax is 30% that you are going to pay. So you need to go and do the filing also, but you need to go and do your financial statement, give it to people that can help you to compute your tax. It's complex. Corporate tax is actually complex. A lot of things to be considered. I don't want to be telling us a lot of things inside of it. We have capital allowance relief. We have a lot of things that they will consider that can reduce your tax. So at the end of it, 30% may not be 30% for corporate. At the end of it, you may pay 12%, all those things. There is some withholding tax that have been deducted at source that can be used to reduce your tax. But what we are doing today is filing. Please and please, government is very, very serious about this. The government we're having nowadays, they believe in fiscal policy. They believe they can generate more revenue from tax. They believe in that. So they are ready to follow up on anybody, anywhere. If you have been following and reading papers, as of yesterday, the paper was telling us that Lagos state government raking 60 billion naira from 5 companies. Those people that have been defaulting paying tax, those people, 5 companies paid in 60 billion tax that they have not been paying in the past. But because of this new tax reform, because of all this filing, they've been able to locate all those. Oh, you have been doing business, you have not been. So 60 billion from just only 5 companies. They mentioned their name. They are notable companies, and that is their target. If they are following up on, they are ready to follow up on companies, they are ready to follow up on individuals in order to get more revenue to their own purse. So we don't want us to be the victim. We don't want our business to be the victim. We don't want the individual to be a victim. So please, they may be telling us they don't have access to your bank. It's a lie. They have access to your, in fact, they have every right to go and debit your account. So in order to recover any tax that you have not been paying. So please, I want to stop here. I want to stop on this so that I can allow question and any area that is not clear to us, because actually it's about individual now. I used to tell people it's not about me. I know the way to go about my own. So if you are finding it difficult to go about your own and I've not said something that you really want to hear, please, this is the time to do that. Thank you so much.
Whoa, whoa. Thank you so much, Mr. Dialaje, for this insightful section. I believe a lot of us we have learned a lot outside the personal income tax, knowing how to file it. Some of us that are into business, we've been able to get one or two insights on how we can go about us, which from this last slide is saying, oh no, before 31st of June, we should have filed in our own corporate, what's it called, the corporate tax for our businesses. And I believe a lot of us here will gain values. Let me see some excitement using the emoji as we prep for question and answer section. A lot of value has been given here tonight. We don't understand the category of details we have to fill and what is expected of us. Some of us are working. I believe we have a lot of questions as to how we can go about this in our own personal business, and also for us that are working, how we can go about it. Some of us are not working that does business. Let's be open to ask questions that will give us clarity towards how we can file our own personal income tax. I know a lot of messages are going around and people are getting confused, but now you've gotten a clarity call. You cannot ask questions so that him himself can give you response to those questions for clarity's sake. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo. Everyone here, we're so grateful for this insightful section, for sharing your words of knowledge of over 2 decades that you've been in the industry, to these leads here that are currently present here today. Thank you so much. And I can see some hands already, some people already raising up their hands. We'll be calling you to ask your questions, so the instructors can actually give and response to it. Thank you so much, Mr. Daya, once more. We have Oreo Lua and Odion being the first two persons that raised up their hand for questions. They've been packed with insights to have more questions for you. So, Oreo Lua, please, you can unmute and ask your question.
Okay, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Ajay. Yes, sir. My question is, you did mention the 800,000 naira. I don't, maybe I missed it, yeah, but I don't know. You didn't talk on the 800,000 naira, like the is it the limit now that's like the cap, right? I think you can help us talk more on that, sir. Then when you mentioned the filing for the past 3 years, okay, so for myself, for the past 3 years, I've not been working. Like I wasn't any gainful employment, right? I was just I was still in school, self. I'm currently serving. So how do I get to file for those 3 years? That is 2025, 2024, and 2023. My questions are a lot. I'm sorry, but it's just a platform for me to ask them. So that's true. So like how do I file for those ones? And then also, because I'm a corporate too, my company does not remove tax from my salary. I've realized that compared to my other colleagues who are like full-time staff or contract staffs, they get taxed on different things for their HMOs and whatnot, another tax like that. But me, I don't get, my salary is my salary, the complete full salary. So like how do I go about that? And then lastly, for elder citizens, right? For older citizens, our parents and grandparents who probably don't know about this. I know there's no ignorance in the law, but does it get to affect them? And what can we do for them that might not be aware of this? Those are my questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that wonderful questions. In fact, I have it. I kept it because it's good. It's another session. And your first question about the 800,000. Paulo, please, Paul, can you please? Sorry, pardon me. That's the way I call Paulo. So, can you go to the next? There is a slide down. I actually, yes, actually, this is what my friend just asked about, which is another thing entirely that we need to actually talk about. See, the reason why I actually don't want to talk about, because it's very deep and it's complex. This is about tax computation, and tax computation is very complex. But notwithstanding, let me talk about this because the question has come upon it. Now, in this table, we can see the old way of calculating your tax, the old way of calculating our tax. This is the old rate. First 307%, next 311%, next 500. But I don't want to go to the old one because of the time and the question. The 800 cap has been a kind of, if you are working and your salary is from 0 naira to 800,000 naira, you are not meant to pay tax at all. Your tax rate is 0%. Is 0%. But if your salary exceeded 800,000 and up to 3 million, the tax rate that be applicable is 15%. Is 15%. Number three, category three, from 3,000,001 naira to 12 million, the tax rate that be applicable is 18%. 12 million to 25 million, 21%, 25 million to 50 million, 23%, over 50 million, 25%. Now, one of the major questions people have been asking around this is that, oh, you are saying 800,000. If my salary is 3 million, is it that 3 million that is subject to 15,000? No. So that we get this one correct. If your salary is above 800,000, the first thing for you is to look at your total salary, take away on 800,000. Every one of us will enjoy relief of 800,000. So 800,000 naira from your salary is not subject to tax. Whether you are, for example, if you are earning 3 million, first of all, deduct 800,000 from the 3 million. The remaining 2.2 million will be subject to 15%. If you are earning 30 million, you are meant to enjoy that 800%. Is the general relief they give to all of us. So it's not that they are taking your total 3 million and say, no, 800,000 is a relief for everybody. But if your own is from 0 naira to 800,000, you are not going to pay tax. Whether you are working in a company or so, you are not going to be paying any tax. So that is the band that they have given us. Like I said, even calculating this is because there are many things around this. Even there are some of us, you may be earning 1 million naira. That is your total emolument. But if you look at, if I place that 1 million down as a tax consultant, you may not pay any tax. You may fall into that 800. There are some things that are a kind of relief for you inside that 1 million naira that need to be deducted before we get what we call chargeable income. Chargeable income. So your total emolument is not the chargeable income. It's not the taxable income. Let me put it like that. It's not the taxable income. There are many things around it. You are paying pension, it will be done before they get all these NHIS, NHF need to be deducted before they get what we call chargeable income. So this is the tax band. Now you said your company, that's not, I believe I've answered that. If it's not clear, you can also ask again. But number two question, your company is not remitting for you. Well, let me say number one, if your
Yeah, I don't know. Can anyone hear you?
I can hear him. Hello, Mr. Dyer. Are you still on the call, sir? Hello, Mr. Dyer, sir. Okay, please, everyone, some minute. Let me get in touch. I think he had some network.
I'm back now.
Okay,
Apology.
okay.
Apology for that. So let me pick it from the second question again. You are working and your salary, your gross emolument is not up to 800,000. You may not bother that they are not remitting tax for you. But if your total emolument, I mean your taxable income is above 800,000, you need to take it against your company. They need to remit for you. It doesn't matter the category of your work. NYC, casual. There is even nothing like a casual staff any longer. The law does not recognize anything like casual staff. Everybody must be, I mean, you must remit pay for everybody in the company. So if you are any more than that, and it doesn't matter the nature of it, you need to follow up on the HR. They need to remit tax for you. If you are within the band that need to remit tax. Now, for some of our parents that they are not aware of this, please, that's why we are bringing the awareness to them. Because if your parent has a property, for example, and they are getting income from there, somebody who is paying that will declare that he or she is paying them, and tax authority will come for them to come and take their tax from them. So they too need to go here and declare that rental income. They need to go and declare the rental income. But if the rental income is not something that is much, it's not up to 800,000 in a year, they are free. They are not subject to tax. They are not. But if they are earning 10 million, all those things, or other income from anywhere, their gratuity is coming every month and is within this tax band, please, you need to let them go and declare. They may not pay tax at the end of the day, but they need to file that return. They need to file that return. So I think that's the last question from my sister. I don't know if there's any area you still want me to clarify.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think it was just the other year that I was not working while I was a student, so I didn't know
Yes,
what to
thank
count
you.
for this one.
Yes, thank you. Please, if you have not been working, there is no problem. Don't go and put any figure there. Leave it like that. You don't need to put anything there. You are not working. You are not working. You are not working. You are not working. But what I'm trying to say is that for you to get what we call tax clearance certificate, you need it's going to be for 3 years. So you need to wait for due 2025, 2026, 2027. That's when you'll be able to generate on that place. But if you do for 2025, well, I don't know, they still need to do that. Maybe that's part of what they are going to work upon on their system, because if they want to automate something, they need to automate. But you have every right to get what you call your tax statement. You have every right to get tax card, so that they can get, I mean, the filing you are doing now, you must get some evidence that you are doing it. So they want many of us, some of us that have consultant will get it for us. But if you need it anytime, if you have done this filing, you can print out this and show evidence to them. They will print this certificate for you from their office. Sorry, this statement for you from their office whenever you need it. But you won't be able to generate because you have not done up to 3 years. So they will be expecting to come to their office. But don't go and put information where you know you don't have any information, or just putting sake. No, it's the one you have figures for that you should do for. And anytime you need evidence of payment, you just say, I'm just working and this is what I've done, and that will be fine. That will be fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo, sir. Ojo?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo. I really appreciate the effort and the time you gave to explain this to us. So I'm clear on so many things, but we are having a little bit of conflict. Is on a business person now. So I work remotely, right? As
Mm,
a guy, but not for Nigerian company, right? So I'm paid not something that they can track. It's just like they pay into my personal account. So it's more like gigs that I get on interval. But I'm actually a businessman in Nigeria,
mm,
yeah. So
mm,
I have I know that I created a business company name was 2023, but because of the POS I was running then, the government said every POS must have a company name before they can run. I didn't create it.
mm,
Ampay did. They created it and there was an error. So after that 2023, I didn't run the POS again because of issues. And even when someone checked the company name, they said some irregularities was around it. So last year, I had to go create another business name and even made it a limited liability company. So now,
wow.
this I have two business name, one business name and one limited liability company. The business name was not created by me, but by Pampay. I'm not using it. the last year I created a limited liability company with that's for my personal business aside OP. Am I to am I to do personal income tax, file it, or I'm just going to do for my corporate business, for my business? Which one am I filing? That's why I'm confused. Am I doing both
mm,
personal and then doing for my business separately? And
mm,
then for the business, I've not opened any bank account with any of the um, company name or the company registered limited liability company I registered last year. I've not opened any account number with them. So
mm,
how do they know that as in I'm using my personal account to do that. So how am I'm just kind of confused. I don't know where I have my personal account that I use for my business because of I could not open accounts with the old one that I had question. Opampe just did anything just so that government will not block most of these POS. And I can't
mm.
use it because there was irregularities. Now I had to go
Mm.
create my own last year. Now I'm confused. What am I going to do? Am I doing personal income tax because of my personal I'm using my personal account, that's not business account to run my business, just my personal business bank account to run my business? Or am I going to do it with this limited liability company I registered last year? Or is it the old one Pampe did for me? So I'm just kind of confused.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Very wonderful question. Now I will ask some questions because I won't lie to you. What you just said, now, in fact, I'm trying to be sincere. If I'm looking at myself as taxman now, one of the reasons why they are doing all this filing is because of somebody like you. I won't like some people that are confused. They're having a kind of some streams of income. I want to ask a question. You have three, let me just say three streams of income now. The company, are you generating income from the three of them?
Yeah, for now, just two sources. My business, I said POS, I stopped it when the government was the one that forced us to open the business. He said
Mm,
no POS. 2020, I still remember. I said no POS should run without
mm.
yeah
That's fine.
OP, POS
That's
company
fine. Mm,
registered.
that's fine.
So I didn't do that. I didn't register myself. Pampe actually did register it for us because they want to save their customers, right? But there was an irregularity, so I had to block and stop using POS.
I understand that one.
I stopped doing
Okay.
POS then.
Second
So
one.
the second one is my actual business, which is I sell my sales. I opened the corporate account for corporate name for it last year. And then
Okay.
my source of income, my gigs, once in a while, I get some clients that just give me a website to build, and I do that. That's once in a while. But at least
Mm.
I get income from both sides, my personal business and my freelancing job I do as well. Yeah.
And you have not been paying tax before.
No, not at all. Like no.
You have not been paying tax before. Number one, the POS on is being regarded as being seized. That business has seized. So there is no issue about that one. Don't consider that. That one is out of the issue. Now the challenge I have because you registered the company in a limited liability company, right?
Yeah. Last year, yes.
And you are getting revenue from there.
So how will I put it? I don't the not the same company name that Pampe used to create. This one is a different name.
No,
But just
I know, but it's a limited liability company.
yeah, limited liability company. I am trying to use it to create a bank account so I can be using it for my business, but I've not been able to because of the requirements. Go and look for
Okay.
someone that has this to help you. I can't find people that are doing. Most Nigerians don't they just have business. They don't have a corporate account. So I can't find two people that can help me co-sign, be able to create. Since last year, the form they gave me at the bank is still here. I can't even create one for myself because of the requirements.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Dayo. Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear. We can't hear Mr. Dyer.
So let's just wait till it's you. You'll be joining back. And I hope we've all gained values from tonight's sections, and or we've been able to understand how the old noise of "oh, go and file your tax" thing has been demystified by Mr. Dayot tonight, so we can be able to know how to go about it. He's back here so that he can take up the question, and we call it a night. And I believe a lot of us have gained value from tonight's section. So, Mr. Dayot, you can take it up, sir. Mr. Dayot, you are muted. Hello, Mr. Dayot, you are muted. Okay, I think Mr. Dayo is having some network issues. He'll still be joining us back. So, in summary of everything we've learned here tonight, I'll be able to understand how we can file our personal income tax. This is very paramount, and the deadline for that of Lagos is on the 21st. The circular was released today as triggered that effect, and every other state also applies. If you are not in Lagos, you work in Port Harcourt. There is the Port Harcourt Internal Revenue Service where you need to file your personal income tax, and there is the Abuja. So every state has their own Internal Revenue Service portal and office where you can actually file. This applies to everyone states as it didn't fit where you work and you remit your tax to. So you need to go and do your personal income tax. I think Mr. Daya is back. Mr. Daya, please, if you are back, you can unmute and answer the questions. Sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think Mr. Daya is actually having technical issues. Mr. Odion, can you go over with your question again so we see how we'll just quickly wrap this section up so that everyone can go and prepare for some of us will be going for service tomorrow so we can wrap up this section.
Oh, okay. So I think my question was just simple. I was confused about the personal income tax for business owners. So for someone like me that has a corporate account, and sorry, a corporate business that I've registered for, that's my limited liability business, and am I to pay or file my tax as a corporate in business or a personal income tax and then still go ahead again and file for corporate? So that's just the first question. And then the second one, would I have that class where PAMPay already created a business name for me, but the PAMPay is not working right? I'm no longer using PAMPay. They were the one that created that because of the government issuing a directive 2023 that no POS can work without a business name. But there was an irregularity in their creation. There was some things that were not right in it because they just got the information to save and help their users, that's their POS users, to just have something so they will not block their business, POS business. So now I've stopped using it in that 20, let's say early 2024, that late 2023 service. I've not used it. Am I still going to file for that one as well? File for my this corporate one created for my business. That's the business name I created for my own personal business last year, and still go ahead and do my personal income tax. So that clash, I just want to get it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think
Uh,
Mr. Dara is here, but just some brief
yeah,
aside. I think personal income tax, you do it, and that of your company also you do it, but you give more clarity. He's back. I'll let you just answer to it. Mr. Dara, you can take up the next one.
yeah. Thank you, Paul. Don't be confused. In fact, in this case, you have to do only one. You have to do only one. And what you need to do is your personal income tax. Don't go and do company own. Your company is not well structured. Your company is not well structured. See, company is not something you just go in there and there are many information they will request from you. In fact, you need somebody who will sit down by your side to prepare your maybe statement of affairs depending on what you are doing or your financial doing. But now that they are making this thing compulsory, only one thing you need to do is personal income tax. Under this personal income tax, there's a place there they call trade income, which will capture what you are doing in your business. So whatever you are doing will be under that trade income. Just report everything under that trade income. But be careful of what you need to report. You need to report under that trade income. You are not earning salary, you are doing business. Just put it as trade income. So that is what you need to do is your personal income tax. It captures every other thing. You are doing it in Lagos, I believe. So you just need to just go under the personal
Yes,
income.
Lagos.
Exactly. Generate your tax ID. It saves you from any future embarrassment. When you don't pay at all is the problem, or when you don't have anything at all is the problem. And the way it is going is my prayer that your business will expand. You may want to get something from government. When you go there, that you don't even have a tax ID at all is a great issue. But when you have and you are doing it personally, you can use that. My business is not yet structured, but I declare what I earn from my business under my personal income tax. So your company is another thing entirely. You yourself is another person. Your company is an entity. You too, you are an entity. Your company is not structured yet. It's not a structured business. In fact, see, one thing many of us don't know is that a new company sometimes can enjoy what we call pioneer, depending on what you are doing there. There are many relief in all this. Like I said, look at the company now. I don't know your revenue. But if your revenue is not up to 50 million, 25 million, you are not subject to any tax. So it is zero tax rate. So, but you need to go and do your personal own. That one you can show anybody. You may want to get a contract now. Somebody wants to give you contract. Say, show me evidence that you are paying tax. You bring up your own, and that's fine. That's fine for your business. Anybody can recognize that. So don't try to do anything about company income tax. A lot of things are inside that one. But it needs you to get somebody that will call a consultant that will give you the if you want to, and you are not even ripe to do that. To focus on your personal income tax so that you can have something you trace when they are talking about tax. You have something and you have evidence to show. Because the way it is going, somebody can stop you one day and say, "You guys are getting income. What are you doing? What do?" When you show them that one is okay, it's fine. So calculate your income per annum. Don't forget, it's not per month, per annum. But I will encourage you to seek for professional advice before you go and key in figure there. It's very, very important. But you need to do personal income tax. It's very important in this regime that we find ourselves. But seek for professional advice on the amount to put on that plan. But you need to do it. Get your tax ID, hold it by yourself, and do this filing and return. Do it. Let's wait for what it will come, but be careful of the figure. But it's very important to do it. Please generate your tax ID and put in the figure you want to put in there. Whether you are managing it, you are not managing, just put in something. Let something be recorded under you that you can show that I did my filing. So please, that is the only one you need to do. Don't bother about the corporate one for now. I believe that is clear a little.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Mr. John, I think you are clear now.
yeah. I'm clear, though. I'm clear. I'm clear. The first word that came out from my mouth was "Okpel." I'm
Yeah.
grateful for this.
No, don't bother. Don't
Okay,
bother.
okay. Thank you so much again, Mr. Dayo, for the insights shared and for the wealth of experience you bring into tonight's section. So actually share with everyone here that came on this call tonight. Any other question. So we give Mr. Dayo a virtual applause for an insightful and impactful section that has added value to us. I believe Mr. Jones is now well cleared on what to do as regard this task. If we don't have any other question, let me start. Let's start rolling the drum and with a virtual applaud, appreciating Mr. Diop for making our time, despite his busy schedule, to be here tonight to offer us clarity on what to do on this tax filing. And I believe a lot of us here we've gained value and we've actually learned a lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Diop. We are so grateful. If we are to pay you, I don't think everyone here, we are capable enough to pay for your time. We value your time so much, and we want to say thank you so much, sir. For every one of us that want to continue getting values pertaining to these tasks and everything, you can go on LinkedIn and look for Dayo Alaji and follow him on LinkedIn to gain more insights. Sometimes he do share content related to that, and we'll be able to learn and gain insight towards this tax and accounting process. Because one thing that is very paramount for some of us that run business, accounting is the paramount, is the lifeblood of a business. If you don't know your numbers, you might be running into you might be running your business blindly. So you must understand the numbers if you are making profit and the likes. So thank you so much, Mr. Dayo. Thank you so much. And collectively, everyone that's on this call, what do we have to say to Mr. Dayo for his time? Unmute and say something.
Eh,
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
eh, Amen.
Thank you so much, sir. With this,
Okay.
without any further question, okay, Mr. Dayo, say something, sir.
Yes, I just want to say thank you also in return for the people that for the opportunity to share the little that I know about this. And I want to say this, please. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any issue on this, especially distance filing. We
Mhm.
have some friends in LRS that can also still help you, or if you have anything issue on tax matter, anybody want to anything on tax matter, at least for the fact that we've come together as a family on this platform, we'll be ready to help. We'll be ready to help, whether concerning your business, and we will not treat you as a kind of a client. We treat you as one of the family friends, and so please feel free. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody collect unnecessary money from you because of this tax issue. It's something that is very, very easy to do, and something that we can help ourselves to also achieve. So feel free to reach out. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. With
Thank you,
this, we'll
sir.
call it a good night to everyone. Okay, Mr. Julius, I will drop his contact. He has given that permission for us to reach out to him. I'll be dropping his contact maybe on the chat. You can save it and reach out to him. He's my boss. He's my guy. He's a very respected senior organ. So I'll be sending the his phone number to us for us to reach out to him. He has given that approval for everyone to be able to reach out to him. So I'm doing that now. So that's his number. So for some of us that want to reach out, I've dropped the number. Can you all see it? I've dropped his number on the chat. So
Yeah, thank you.
thank you and have a good night. Rest. See you again. We have more educative session coming up in the channel. We have our WhatsApp channel, and whereby we'll be sharing more updates and insights towards how we can better our business and our life using AI and the likes. So this is just a bit of it. Some of us run business. We still need to understand how we can file our own personal income tax, and of which we have learned today. So God bless you. If you're not on that channel, please do it to request for the link. I will also share with you guys my number. Just reach out to me. I will send you the link. Daily we share insights on that channel for us to be able to grow as a family that we are. So I've dropped my number on the chat. You can direct DM me. I'll send you the link. So you all have a good night rest. Goodbye.